Good afternoon, and welcome to the fourth day of APRIA's Asia Pacific Real Estate Leaders Congress. My name is James McDonald, and I head up research for Savills in China. I will be your host for today's session on delivering Alpha with Impact, which looks to bring together a number of real estate owners, investors, and managers across Asia Pacific to understand their approaches to achieve the transition to net zero portfolio emissions. We have a great rundown for you today with 2 keynote speeches and 2 exciting panels, which will run for approximately 2 hours in length. But before we get started, I'd like to hand over to Sigrid Zilsita, the CEO of APRIA, for her welcome address. Over to you.
Thank you, James, and a good day to everyone. Over the past couple of years, we've seen a massive shift in the investment landscape, with most asset owners building sustainable investing into their portfolios. According to APRIA's ESG members survey conducted earlier this year, 93% of respondents believe that proper ESG implementation has a role to play in their business. While Asia Pacific has been the primary global growth driver over the last decade, it has also been responsible for about 80% of the world's coal consumption and about 60% of carbon emissions. Additionally, our region stands out as being more exposed to climate risks. Even so, the region remains very well positioned to address these challenges. The race to net zero announced by countries in the region highlights how the policy landscape has changed. China, currently the world's largest carbon emitter, has committed to turn carbon neutral by 2060. The country has already overtaken Japan to be Asia's largest green bond issuer. Meanwhile, Singapore and Hong Kong have also recently announced plans to stake claims as the region's green finance hubs, a crucial component in our ecosystem to incentivize ESG projects. Initiatives like this across Asia Pacific will drive significant capital towards a lower carbon economy. The ambitious targets present significant opportunities for investors in the region. We in APRIA have continually advocated for the adoption of ESG and sustainability best practices in the real assets industry. Making sustainable investment decisions is increasingly a part of APRIA members' DNA, and APRIA is committed to bridge that transition towards a net zero world. It is for this reason that we are dedicating resources in this area, including a special forum on ESG like this, to discuss the most relevant themes that will continue to allow our industry to advance in our journey to net zero. So I hope that you all enjoy today's program that we've put together with our speakers and of course our partners, throughout this week. Thanks for taking the time to attend. And I'd like to hand this back over to James.